Hello and welcome to Hunt Showdown, a discussion series. This is episode 7, coming right at you from somewhere in England. I'm not going to dox myself.
I
right.
can if you want.
Okay, that's rude. Right, anyway, speak of the devil, I'm your host Max, and today joining me is my co-host Ethan.
Hello.
And Nuno.
Hi.
That was a really delayed hi.
I thought he wasn't going to say anything.
I thought he was just gonna.
Fuck everyone else. No, I don't have a name anymore.
I was thinking if I wanted to do something cool, but then I just couldn't be asked.
Yeah, fair enough. That's the story of my life. Anyway, we have lots of news. In fact, what the main bit of news, because this is obviously the most important thing. Who gives a fuck about Hunt Showdown the game? The podcast is a week late again. Courtesy of
Wait, it's weekly.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to record it last week, but
a week late. I heard weekly.
This is a mess already.
And is it not a mess? That's why it's a week late.
But yeah, so basically it's a week late because Ethan was busy, and then we just didn't really pre-plan enough, and yeah, it was just a mess. And so now
basically they couldn't do it without me because I'm just the hero and the love of their lives.
That's really not it.
I'm definitely getting banned.
Yeah, but anyway, so basically we're here now. And by the time this episode is out, the event will actually be over, which is kind of insane to think about. And yeah, it
depends if you put this up tomorrow or not.
Nah, it usually comes out on Thursdays, so
yeah,
there you go. But anyway, might as well just get moving, get chugging along into the actual interesting stuff. Sorry about that long ass intro.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna briefly gloss over the event again. Talk about it, I feel like there's a few things that we could kind of mention, go more in depth on that we didn't last time, because obviously we had a talk about that, but we're here now, we can talk about it a bit more. So we've actually faced against Scrapbeak a bunch more. They fixed the servers a decent amount, and overall I've had a pretty damn good experience playing the event.
Overall, I've been able to play the game, and
Yeah.
now I have a cool skin.
Well, exactly. Plague Doctor boy.
Oh, have you guys actually unlocked it?
Yeah, we unlocked it a while ago now.
So making my way to get those fucking 200 first points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuno plays this game a lot.
I'm almost there, guys. Don't worry.
So yeah,
you could get it if you wanted it.
I just need to grind it a bit more, and I'll be there.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Nuno, you're like a very casual player, so
Yes, I am.
It kind of, in fact,
Very casual.
adds a kind of sense of, we've got more people from different backgrounds playing Hunt on here, which is nice.
We have the same people, just one of them got bored.
Yes, it seems.
I didn't get bored. I'm just investing my time in others.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, anyway, we played the event. It's ending pretty soon, and once this video is out, it will have ended. I'm pretty sure it ends at the same time for console as well. So if you play console, it's still on the same kind of route as the PC event. Now we'll probably talk about Scrapbeak a bunch, because we've actually, been able to
He's a pretty cool guy.
Face him.
He's kids, wife, they're all great.
Yeah.
Not as cool as Scrapbeak though.
Not as cool as Scrapbeak.
I mean, from what I understand from Scrapbeak, he takes more damage from bullets, right? At least that's what I felt. That he would actually take more damage.
Generally, we tend not to shoot bosses, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also true. We were completely on the silent meta before Scrapbeak came out, so we either rushed it with
sticky.
Fucking meta. Silent meta, rushing it with the
sticky. Yeah, very silent.
So, or most times we would end up just beating the boss with a shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
shovel to beat him with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like somewhere I don't know
Oh,
if we just lost
brother
notion of how much
rainbow.
damage bullets do to bosses. But I don't know. It just feels like, at least at the beginning,
Hmm.
he's taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, to be fair,
Then
stabbing him is also pretty effective. Like, I don't think there's a really set way to go about him. Like, that's the interesting thing. He doesn't have a particular weakness. Like, all the other bosses have like a, you know, Butcher is explosives, Assassin is poison, Spider is basically like just
A
not.
bitch.
Yeah, Spider is like it's immune to poison, and then anything other than that, it's like fire will hurt it a bunch.
It's the same as the butcher.
Um,
The butcher's just
Butcher is immune to
invulnerable to
fire.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
Yeah, so
first two
Butcher and
bosses
Spider
were
were the
both
two
the
first
same.
bosses. Yeah, they're
Um,
basically the same principle, but
yeah.
for this a different concept.
Yeah, but they still have like
or the same concept.
the
for
thing is
different
because
mechanics.
explosives work well against them. They're both really easy to just sticky and then like finish them off with a couple swings of like an
Yeah.
axe.
Do
or
the same
something.
amount of damage to Scrappy. You just don't get all the stuff.
Yeah, you exactly. Like you can still sticky Scrapbeak. It's just because of how Scrapbeak works. If you burn Scrapbeak or explode him, he will basically any of the items he drops will be like burned or like basically
Only
just
in that
fucked up.
time frame. He can't drop other items.
Yeah.
Just
So
to be clear there.
he has like a few different like phases. So there's like he basically has like a first phase. You hit him a bunch, shoot him, whatever. He takes about a quarter damage, and past that,
bit upset.
past that point, he basically like shakes off a bunch of shit, and then will go on like a rampage, sort of like most of the bosses do. They have a kind of attacking period, like the Butcher when he goes into his into his rampage mode, the Spider when it goes into its like attacking stabby mode.
Attack mode. Yeah.
So he does the same thing. He just runs around wafting his hands and wings or whatever.
Sticks. Sometimes he has sticks.
Sometimes
And
he has
slaps you
sticks.
hard.
Yeah, it hurts. So don't go near
it's
him
like-
when he's doing that.
I think he's slaps about 70 damage, 80.
Yeah, maybe even. It is.
Yeah.
It's a decent amount. It's like definitely about half. I'd say.
It's about.
I'd say maybe a little.
Yeah.
I think it's probably 70 because I feel like you can get slapped like 3 times before you die.
Depends on your health bars.
Yeah, no, of course. But yeah, like, he has those phases, and he does that. Every time he takes like a quarter of his damage off, he will go into this kind of frenzy, shake off a bunch of stuff, which is all the loot from the close vicinity of the compound.
Well,
So-
it's nowhere near the amount of loot there should be.
Yeah, no, there isn't, but he basically drops usually like 3 of the kind of ammo boxes, like the ones that you can bring, like the special ammo boxes you can bring as a
Yeah.
consumable. He drops
1 or
3 of
2
those.
loot boxes.
Yeah,
toolboxes.
1 or 2 loot boxes, a couple
A
health
lamp.
kits, a lamp, 2
couple
or
melee
3 bear
weapons.
traps, and like then a weapon usually.
Yeah, but I
Couple-
feel
a
like the ammo
couple
boxes
weapons.
are just like.
Yeah,
I feel like the ammo boxes are like enough to replenish like the ammo you spent.
because
so,
you do
no,
get
actually-
more from them. Yeah.
but it'll just like only replenish. So you're like taking this fight with your weapons instead of exploding him for the sake of getting this loot, and then the loot basically most of the loot is to replenish what you already
Yeah.
spent to kill him.
Yeah.
I guess the first aid kit is what really gives you. It's like what's actually good, because when you're in a fight, most times, unless you go on a really prolonged siege, you wouldn't need that much to go get ammo while you are expecting to get tagged. So health kits are
I'm
quite
just
useful.
imagine someone
Yeah.
rocking up to a compound with a trebuchet now. think that's
The
quite
siege
funny.
weapons. New
Siege
game
tower.
mode. Crytek, please add.
Please add. I want a trebuchet. Want
So-
to launch a zombie corpse at someone.
Oh yeah. So yeah, the new boss is pretty cool. We've obviously played against it loads now, and yeah, I think we all have a pretty good idea of how it works, how it plays. There's lots of different ways you can go about killing it. Of course, you can sticky it, and it'll do like the 75% of its health will go off. Just the only problem is
Even if you hit him in the back with the sticky,
I'm not
You
sure.
you probably need to hit him in the front.
Yeah,
We've never tried to sticky
I've
him.
never tried.
Not gonna
sticking
lie,
him in
he's
the ass.
really easy to hit though. So
Yeah.
if you're throwing it at the back, you're a bit of a delinquent.
Yeah. Just don't do that, guys.
Don't do that. It's probably not worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the scrap pig spawn rate 100% now? So is he spawning in every single server?
During the event. Yeah.
Alright.
So
Because I feel like I've seen him in every single game that I've
yeah,
played.
because he has
That's
been
because
in
you
every
have.
game. Yeah, he either spawns on his own or it's 50-50 with another one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, which means that like obviously during the event it's kind of cool because the whole point is he is there, right? But obviously they're gonna change that once it's back to normal, and then it'll just be another rotation like they did before between all of the bosses, I presume. I don't think they'd do it in any other way. But yeah, the event is coming to a close. I think most people have unlocked their items that they wanted if they wanted them. I think that
Unless you're Nuno and want a bomb launch.
yeah,
I
big
didn't
rip.
actually go for the bomb once. That's like the degradation and decayment that I've reached. I just my fucking main weapon, and I just didn't go for the only skin it has.
No, there
have
is
another
another
skin.
skin. It's just DLC.
I have the other skin.
Oh shit! I'm gonna buy it right now. What DLC is it?
Crossroads, I
I believe. Yeah.
With all the
I-
other special stuff.
I'll take a look at the price. You guys can keep going.
Yeah.
Lost him.
But yeah.
I think Scrap Peak's great and all, but he came with some problems at first.
Uh.
Um,
What were those problems, Ethan?
the server problems.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
It was bad.
we can kind of mention this now, I guess, since we're also talking about the event. It was extended by 24 hours recently because Crytek wanted to
Crytek felt
address
guilty.
some of the server issues which happened. So basically during the beginning of the event, I say mainly the first like 4 days, I'm going to say, because that's when
Yeah,
I felt like I
that's-
really experienced it.
That's when I didn't want to play it.
It was basically the servers were packed, like completely like stacked up. Like it was super difficult to find a game. Lots of people having problems with their inventories, buying items, buying
I
hunters.
had a big problem with buying items.
Basically where the mission was taking place, like that was also affected. Like the matchmaking was just a mess, like completely. I remember we were queuing for ages at times, and we just didn't even get a game. I think we
gave up.
Yeah, we actually mentioned it in the last podcast, I think. That yeah, it was hard to find a game, and it was hard to actually play the event. So because
they got
of
on top
that,
of that pretty quick though.
yeah, they fixed it. They basically tried to kind of make it up. And since like a few days after the event started, the servers were actually fine. Like I didn't have any problems, and recently it's been like smooth sailing. Which I assume is also because the hype died down slightly during the actual course of the event. So
I
yeah.
mean, how long did it take you guys to actually unlock Plague Doctor?
Oh,
So,
God, it was
Have you had
it
it for how
was-
long now?
like a week.
I've been fairly casual lately.
Yeah.
So if you put the days I actually played on, probably about a week, maybe a week and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's
because
like not a crazy amount of games either.
So, it seems like the event is fairly like completable.
Yeah.
So
it
it's only
definitely
normal
has.
that as soon as you just get the the Plague Doctor, there's like no point anymore in like keep grinding it. So,
Yeah, you don't have to grind it as much. Like I've definitely, after I got the Plague Doctor and Ethan got it
Definitely
as well,
got bored of grinding.
I was like, well, I don't want to kill crows anymore. I don't feel like murdering these little men.
The species is already nearly extinct. Let's
Yeah.
leave them be for a bit.
Exactly.
I
So
think
I
I worked it out. To be fair,
Hmm.
I think I was because I was being not very good at the game. I was averaging between like 20 and 30 points a game,
Yeah.
which took, if you divide 2,000 by that, it's around like 100 to 80 games you need to play.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, that's not too
if you
bad.
play 10 games a day, I think on a good day for us.
Yeah. Plus, like, there's the obviously the occasional game where you just get
hit a fucking
loads.
mad one.
Like I had a few games where like I was like solo, and I just somehow extracted like with like 50 of them, And I was
Well,
like,
we
all
played.
right.
We played.
Oh,
We played a game where we got 60 points. You brought an ivory
yeah, reliquary.
Rel-
Reliquary.
reliquary. Right, say
Relic.
prodigal bitch.
Imagine being the only British, like native from England, person. Oh my
Yeah,
god, I'm
innit?
joking.
Yeah, Ethan, you're
Yeah,
making fun of the
person, yeah.
immigrants. Fuck you.
And you need help
Immigrants,
from.
pipe down.
Yeah, I'm not even an immigrant.
Yeah, no.
Not you.
I mean, if you can't tell, I'm just too good at speaking the English.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I reckon it's about 100 to 80 games you have to play.
so
80 to
honestly, not
100.
the worst. Not the worst.
Considering the event
kind
was
of-
on for like almost a month,
Yeah, yeah. There was
It's
definitely enough time
it's
for
definitely
people.
doable.
Like, if you actually wanted to get the skins, it's doable.
If you're more on the casual side, you'd probably struggle.
Yeah, a little
Um,
bit more. Like, I think though that it's still like you just kind of have to dedicate a whole time, and like farming is massive. Like loads of people have been farming.
You
Like
see the
you
meme
just
about being the generous god.
yeah, yeah. It's like when people are farming, or when you're like you wipe the server, but you hear like
When you
people
wipe the server
farming.
and have both bounties.
Yeah, and you hear people farming like across the map, and but you choose to leave them alone, and it's like I'm a generous god. I like that meme.
I like that meme. It was pretty good.
But yeah, like that. I don't know. Like farming was a huge thing. Like loads of people
yeah.
doing it. I sometimes did it a few times where it was just like go around solely
I
just to get it, but
Didn't have
mostly
I don't have the attention span. for
Yeah,
that.
But that feels like
Mostly
it kills a little bit the concept of the game and
yeah,
the
exactly. Like
competition.
I think it's more so people just wanted to get the skins like over and done with in a
I
way.
feel like there should be points given to killing other players, right?
That was a thing
They-
that
they-
I was once discussing with Ethan actually, and somebody commented
It
on
would
the
make
last
sense.
episode. It would be really good because it also then promotes like the PvP aspect. However,
Which is the point of the
There
game.
was
Yeah.
there's an exploit in there.
Yeah,
that you
me
can
and
just,
Ethan
you
would-
can just talk to people in game. And
yeah, so you talk to people in game and it's like, oh, we can just farm points off of each other. If like we'll kill one of your guys and then vice versa, and like you can res him and then however many health bars, you could just basically cheat and get away with like making a bunch of points.
it won't happen often. But
I
it
mean,
happen-
but if
it-
you're taking that time, like, who gives a fuck?
I suppose
Seriously?
so. I suppose yeah.
Like, if you wanna ruin the game for yourself, that's fine. You're not actually affecting other people's games.
Mm. Yeah.
And for you to actually be able to like find a squad and in a game and just go like, oh, hold on, stop shooting me,
Yeah.
let's farm.
But
yeah.
but
And
then
need to trust them, and don't know these people,
Yeah.
so
I agree with what you're saying, but with your argument, you can just say, well, the people who are running around farming crows across the map aren't harming anyone. They're still in the game. They're still like doing stuff, and you can still go and kill them if you want to seek them out.
yeah. But
It's
these are
just-
people that are literally just they're playing like fucking what 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, just avoiding combat and avoiding making the game more competitive and
No,
interesting.
I don't think they
And
always avoid
while-
combat. They just
While I think it's way more unlikely for you to run into a stranger and convince him of letting each other kill themselves for the sake of
Probably
farming
be
few
surprised
extra
about
points.
that.
yeah. It depends. Like
There's a lot of
obviously.
idiots that play this game.
Yeah,
As
like
being one of them. Some of them.
I don't know. Like I get it.
More than
I
people.
think that it would be cool if Crytek maybe experimented with it in a future event or something. But
Yeah.
like, I'm
Different
not
ways
so
to get
bothered
points.
about
That's
people
one thing I
farming
quite
because
like about it.
they didn't bother me. Like maybe I occasionally don't get like an
It's
extra
a shame
fight
I've
out
got
of
less
it.
people to kill, but
Yeah,
think
like-
I'll live.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's not the worst thing. But yeah, we've
I
gone
do,
really off topic here. Slightly. We were just talking about the server issues and extension, but yeah, basically.
One more thing. One more thing
okay,
about
okay.
the event, though.
Go on.
Fucking Quickplay, man.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, so we'll this is well, we're gonna move on to the next section then because I was gonna segue into this, but
I did it for you.
yeah, exactly. So
Would you look at that?
Quickplay obviously got removed at the start of the
Fact,
event
mate.
because server capacity. They wanted more servers for the actual bounty hunt, which was the main
What everyone plays.
Everyone
Or
plays.
most people.
most people do. But obviously, quick play is still a fun game mode. I do enjoy it myself quite a lot.
I personally play more quick play when I'm alone.
Yeah, so
I
it
generally
was
don't
kind of
solo
like,
queue, so
oh shit. I
was
understand
pretty
why they
good.
did it, but it's unlucky, I guess. However, even though they removed quick play, one thing Crytek didn't do is remove the challenges which were referencing quick play. So, Ethan, I remember you got a bunch of
I
daily
got
challenges,
I got like 3 dailies in a
which
row.
was
They were
like,
oh, go play quick play. It's like, I'd
Mm.
fucking love to.
yeah, it's like you can't use I think they need to, if they do something similar in the future, they need to make sure that doesn't happen
I think
again.
it's just be a little more aware of it. Cause
Yeah.
I don't think they were considering that too much.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
And
daily
anyone can play.
challenges, I
Yeah,
guess. So.
exactly. It didn't break the game. It was just a bit frustrating.
Mhm.
Yeah, the daily challenges, like, they're basically useless. They're just an
Aha.
interesting mechanic.
I'm glad
That-
you've said that because I saw an interesting post on Reddit the other day.
Oh, here
Now.
we go.
Here we go.
Oh, I know
Saying-
about that. You sent it to over here.
Of course, I sent it to over here. I found it interesting. Basically, some guy on Reddit, u/MSM Zeno13, pretty cool guy, has a came up with an idea. Instead of daily, weekly challenges, he suggested like mini contracts. So, for example, you could have like headshot 4 enemy hunters and you'd get $1,000 hunt, but there'd be a catch to it. You'd have to do it in a certain amount of time, or you'd have to say not get knocked while doing it.
Yeah. I'll. By the way,
oth-
I'll put up a image of the post so
yeah, good,
people
because
can see.
I'm just reading from that. So
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's just like, obviously there's some low tier contracts that low risk, low reward, and then some nice high risk, high reward. Like maybe they'd cost a certain amount to like accept or something, or just another way to balance it.
Yeah.
Just basically as something that you have more control of, and I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that it's like the challenges. No offense. On.
Plus, sometimes you do your daily like within the first game.
Yeah,
and then
you
you'll-
don't even notice. You don't even know what it was. Like you don't check it.
Or if you get a shit weekly, it's like, oh, I'm kind of missing out
Yeah.
on my reward here because I don't want to extract 20 spider bounty tokens or something.
Yeah. It's
Isn't the weekly only like 25
blood bonds. Yeah.
blood bonds? It's always the same reward, right?
Yeah, yeah. Weekly is
Well,
always
the
the same.
dailies-
Daily's the one that changes. It can be like tier
Yeah,
3
but-
weapons, explosives.
Yeah, I feel
melee
like
weapons.
dailies used to have way more actually decent weapons. So well, now it feels like
Nah,
it's utility.
I have
Um,
loads.
or
I
am I
get
just-
loads of weapons from it.
I get a
I'm
lot of
just not paying
weapons.
attention.
You're just not paying attention.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, like I usually get like some, like I've recently, like the past 2 that I had were like tier 3 weapons that I got from it, so I was quite happy with that. But yeah,
That's
basically-
explosive crossfire.
I agree with like the concept. I think it's really cool, and it like kind of adds a change to the way that challenges work right now, which are pretty dull, I
They're
guess,
bland.
comparatively.
There's
Um,
nothing to.
Plus, I feel like being able to choose what contract you have is like, what challenge you have is interesting. I don't know. It adds another bit to the game where it's like, oh, I'm not just here to extract the bounty or whatever. I also have like these specific challenges to do, like burning hellhounds or whatever. Like,
It's like I get to pick.
exactly.
I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah, it adds a bit more freedom to the game than current challenges. Not that I don't think anybody really plays for the challenges.
No, they're just a
they're just
thing.
a side thing.
Also, just one last thing about this post. There's like no negative comments on this post.
Yeah, which is
Like,
good.
it seems like it's a good idea
Yeah,
in
yeah,
terms of
definitely.
Reddit, which is very important.
Yep, 100%. Most important thing ever. So yeah, it's basically just I think that kind of concept is really interesting. I think that it could be added. We'll see what Crytek. I think Crytek will manage to execute it well if they.
Yeah, I think if
Work
they do
with it.
something like this, they'll definitely not break it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
So yeah, but Obviously, once the event's over, I think they'll bring Quickplay back. And
Quickplay's already back.
oh
Yeah,
sorry,
quick.
I'm
Yeah.
stupid. You literally mentioned earlier, and
It
I'm an
literally
idiot.
came back today, so
Yeah.
don't worry. I'll let you off this time.
So yeah, well, while you guys are watching at home or wherever you are, Quickplay is back. So if you've forgotten about it and you want to play it, you can do it.
You can't if you're not at home.
All right, yeah, but I didn't mean that they have to do it straight up. All right, anyway. You piece of shit.
Thank you. That's what my mum
So yeah,
calls me.
we've talked about the event, the servers, the quick play, the challenges, but let's talk about the future here because most of this is on the past now.
Especially because this is late.
Yes, that's also true, but we're gonna ignore that. New matchmaking is coming.
Certainly is.
And well, actually, it's already here if you are an avid test server player, which not many people are, but
Doesn't count towards my score. I don't like it.
yeah, it is kind of a bit of a way, but ayo, can't really do much about that. But yeah, so they added it to the test server maybe like a week ago or something. I'm just trying to remember. They announced it quite a while ago that they were actually changing it. It was maybe 2 weeks even when they announced it.
No,
almost.
the matchmaking server. Oh no, it went live last Thursday.
Okay, so when this is out,
update. There was small updates.
Yeah.
Have been going on since 1.5.
Alright, but what's the point of the new matchmaking? How does it work? What's
So-
different? What's the
So
purpose?
I read the blog post, so I'm the expert here.
Yay.
Apparently that's how we do things. So currently, as it stands, matchmaking is based off an elo system, and it's broken down into 6 invisible tiers.
6.
Now, when you queue, the game will try and find people in your tier. And then when it can't, it goes everywhere else. Which is why you will get
Sometimes it
ruined
gets sold.
Yeah.
a lot. Especially felt like yesterday, it's always happening to me.
Yeah, boy.
But this new method essentially is going to aim to reduce that by bringing in another option when queuing. I don't know what they called it. I'll see if I can find it. It was Oh, I'm not reading into this post again. Basically, it's like it will only queue you against people in your tier.
Yeah.
So less chance of ruining noobs and being ruined by
Not
people who play
noobs.
this game way too much.
Well,
So
I mean,
basically,
Ethan, I think
Is that all?
oftentimes we are the noobs being ruined.
well, yeah, that's my point.
Is
I
that
don't
all the
like it.
changes? They basically just made longer queue times.
Well, that's the thing. Instead of like increasing queue times, what they're doing with this new option, bear in mind you can turn it on and off, so you can just go back to how it was before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
The new
you
option, it won't increase the queue times by a lot because the servers are just going to be emptier. Is basically what they've said.
That's so dead.
Yeah.
So well,
But
basically,
it's to keep people happy.
I wouldn't
Basically,
click. I get people that are new into the game. It might be best for them. Since it's optional. I don't mind it because I'm not gonna use that.
it depends how many people are actually using it. I
yeah,
think.
like I'm not gonna lie, this could go 2 ways, right? And I
It's
think
either going
a
to be
big
really popular and it's
yeah.
going to fly, or no one's going to use it.
yeah, it's just gonna flop. But I think that it massively depends on how the player base sticks around after the event because it shot up obviously. Like there was new players coming in and older players were playing it more, and obviously a decent amount of people will stick around I think afterwards. But it depends how many, right? If there's a huge fall off and it goes way down, this new matchmaking's not going to work because there's just not going to be enough players to make it viable. If a similar amount of players stick around, then I think that it'll easily be okay because you've got a bunch of people and yeah, like generally speaking, you'll probably be able to get matched up against equally skilled players. Like, yeah, maybe it might be a slightly longer time for matchmaking than it is now because right now it's like instant. You find a server of players instantly, whereas in the past, you've had to wait like 5 minutes or something, even like, and obviously it depends on peak times and not, but overall, like, it just massively depends on the fall off after this event. Like, because now it's still less people are obviously playing the event, but still some people are grinding. But the servers are still doing really well. Like they're
still full.
still pretty full, and
especially later on.
Yeah, and I just want to see how it is basically after this ends, like on Thursday. Will it, will the servers be fucked? And how will this matchmaking affect it? Like, it'll be interesting to see. So once this is out, some of you guys out there actually might have some experience with it and know what the hell is going on. Because, I mean, as it stands right now, this is just like all up in the air.
One last thing I'd like to say about the matchmaking system is they've been pretty transparent about this.
Oh, yeah.
It's not based on KD or anything. Or prestige or level or rank or anything like that. It is based off an invisible algorithm, which compares you to how you generally fare against other hunters when you encounter them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting headshotted every time you're within 100-meter vicinity, you're gonna drop elo like it's nothing. It's not necessarily your fault.
Yeah.
Does it also take into account the other hunters' elos? So like, getting fucking capped by a hunter that is like on the elo above yours, like the tier above yours, because
I
of
don't know.
matchmaking wouldn't reduce as much as getting capped.
I don't know for sure, but I would assume it works
like
something similar to that.
Because
like most games,
that's fairly
when
logical.
they have like a matchmaking system that relies on elo or MMR or whatever you want to call it, they take it the algorithm, like they have an algorithm, but mostly relies, like the first thing they check is what is your elo in comparison to the other team, like elo averages or whatever. It's like
some
most
systems are
important
just
thing.
straight like elo points that have nothing to do with
but like
stuff,
but
I don't know which way
get
it works,
like
basically.
10 elo points or 11 or 12 depending if you win, depending on if that person had more or less elo than you.
Yeah, basically, I don't know. They've not been that transparent. They've been transparent enough to give us a rough idea of what their thinking is.
Yeah, but they obviously haven't given like all the details. I'd assume though, like this kind of system that they have,
I'd assume it's very complex since they hide it.
Like, yeah, I also assume that it's gonna be like, well, it's either really complex or really simple.
And either way, they don't fancy telling everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, like, we'll see. But I think that like it should compare the other player. Like, imagine if you keep getting dogged by low, like people who players who have lower elo than you. You're gonna drop more elo than if you're getting capped by people who have really high elo. Like, because if you're going up against like the best in the game and you're getting capped, it can't be like, oh, that's basically the same amount
that's
of
the same as
elo
getting
lost
capped by a noob.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. So, I think that it should, like, I don't know if it does, but it should take that into account. So yeah, it is interesting though, like knowing that, because obviously most people would probably presume that KD comes into it and maybe Prestige as well, but it doesn't. So it's
I mean, KD comes into it indirectly because
indirectly, I suppose, but it's not. It's not actually
not the actual, not your actual KD stats.
Yeah, but it takes into account the kills you get and the deaths.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't also take into account. Actually, oh no, but your normal KD doesn't even take into account environmental deaths. So yeah. My whole point that I was about to come up with is useless, flawed, full of holes.
Does KD take into account knocks?
Knocks? Yeah. Well, yeah. Like,
well, that's a death, so
that's a death. So yeah.
All right. So I just didn't know if they're like it was like actual like fucking that deaths or like getting knocked.
That counts as a death because you're not even knocked, like you're dead, like you're fully, you can't do shit. Like in other, let's say Apex Legends, if you get knocked, you can waddle around and like move a bit and like maybe I think set up like a shield or some crap. But like in this game, you can't do shit all. Like you're just
you are a burden to your team.
You're laid on the ground.
Yeah. No, I
strategically.
Also, I just bait the enemy utility, they need to throw their Molotovs at me, and then you choke it, and then it's worth for us.
Of course, of course. Also, I know this is a really random point, and it's just a complete like sidetrack actually from this conversation. But since we were talking about like dead hunters on the ground, I know some people may
Is
have
this the
noticed it,
falling different direction?
but yes,
thing?
that.
Yeah,
Oh my
thought it
god,
was
I'm
gonna be.
so happy.
You were nutting over this.
It's
the other
What's
day.
amazing.
happening?
It's
I don't use
finally.
Reddit. What's happening?
It's not even Reddit. I just noticed it in the game.
just
So like,
noticed it
when
while
you kill a
playing.
player, right? Let's say somebody's running away from you, and you shoot them in the back of the head. So
They'd still land on their back.
yeah, they'd still land on their back and just be like faced upwards, and like it.
And like that's not how physics works,
Yeah.
Crytek. Come on, get
So-
your head out your ass.
Like normally, if you do that in real life, you'd go to jail, but they'd also fall
Yes,
forward.
if you shoot a person in the back of the head, you will go to jail. Thank you for clarifying that.
Maybe they just took a really hard spin, like because he didn't hit the center of the head. Like you hit a little bit
Okay,
sideways.
stop
That's
overcomplicating
okay,
this.
right,
They
Lulu.
had
And
one.
then-
They had one model for dead things. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so there's the momentum
Jesus.
conserves, but some of the linear momentum will transfer into angular
No,
momentum
if I
or
had an
torque.
arm long enough to reach to Portugal right now, I would fucking strangle.
It would transfer into torque a little
still
bit, and
going.
it would make the corpse like rotate. A
Yeah,
little bit.
okay,
Hope
that's-
you're gonna break out into song. then.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, right. Fuck you, first of all, Lulo. And second of all, yeah, obviously that wouldn't work. And now they've changed it so the person actually falls either on their face or on their ass, depending on the way that you shoot them from, which is a really nice thing. Makes it feel more realistic when you kill somebody, rather than it just being like, oh, they're dead and now they're just T-posing on the ground. Like, I don't know. It feels like the way that they are
The
shaped
world
as
feels
well.
a bit more alive.
Like I'll put some
Polished and
I'll put
refined.
some screenshots up actually because they're
talking a lot
not
of shit.
just like they don't just have their arms like by their side or something, like when they didn't fucking plank on the ground. Like they've actually like done it like if you were running and fell down, the arms are like in that kind of way. Like it's hard to explain without there being an image, so there will be one on the screen for everybody at home. But yeah, like it's just
Unless you're
something-
not at home, remember that's okay.
Oh yeah, I say at home. Yeah.
Hamana.
But yeah, I really like that little addition. But that was a very slight sidetrack. So I think we might as well move back onto like the matchmaking stuff. And we'll just
I'd run out of things to
yeah,
say.
no,
on
that's
that.
what I mean. Like I just want to close it up because I think we've gone over everything so far that we wanted to talk about, at least. Unless you guys have any other glaring topics. I guess not. Right.
No glaring topics here,
So,
boss.
New matchmaking is coming. It's already on the test server. It's been up there for like, by the time this is out, for a week. So if you guys really want to try that out, you can go try it there, but it's not going to change much because I don't think that many people play on the test server anyway. And if they do, it's
not
usually,
for something like this.
yeah, it's usually for a bigger update, like the custom ammo, like that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
the ammo
servers
one
actually
was
had
huge.
stuff. So yeah, probably not any point in doing that. You might as well just wait for it to come out on the main servers, which we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's an interesting time, and I think I mentioned it before, but I'll just repeat it again. I think the next big update, like similarly to this event, is a new map. So get yourselves excited for that. That should be coming out I presume in the next like year. You know what I mean? Like
Sometime this year, hopefully.
yeah.
We'll get something decent sized.
Exactly. Up until then, I think it'll just be smaller updates similar to this matchmaking fix, and
might-
maybe
it might
some
be,
small like UI updates.
It might be another small one, like 1.4.9, where they added all the
towers.
Yeah.
towers and the special.
The special.
What's the
Special.
word?
What about the special?
I am special. Like the
They
blueprints
added
and stuff in the
the-
envelope
what's
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
envelope
yeah.
blueprints.
Special lootables?
Yeah,
loot-
yeah.
Yeah,
let's go with
special
that.
loots.
Yeah, so there might be more stuff like that.
The traits, the bloodline XP. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
pretty decent
Yeah.
update.
Yeah. One thing that I'm gonna miss about the event, by the way, is little men. They're leaving
Oh, I
us.
do love the little man.
Yeah, so sad. They're so cute, but also
I really
so
shouldn't
killable.
say that out loud.
I'm going to cut that
I would,
out of
I would
the
like to retract that
podcast
statement.
and just
Nah,
keep it.
just beep it out. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Everybody's going to think you said some weird shit, which I guess you kind of did, but also not. Right, anyway.
Fine, don't worry about it. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. Take over.
Yeah, gladly, God. So yeah, I mean,
That's what she said.
lots of new things coming coming up. Who knows? Maybe they're coming over.
Sorry, you're coming over?
Yeah, I'm in your house.
Oh shit, that's you over there?
Yeah.
I thought that was just Jim, the guy from the closet.
No, different guy. It's me.
Fair play, fair play.
Yeah. No, so anyway, it's been nice talking again. Nice chatting absolute arse on the podcast. We will be back again in 2 weeks, hopefully. Like, don't take it like for granted, I guess, because it might be 3 weeks depending.
Because apparently we can't count to 2.
We can't count to 2, and also like I'm probably going to be quite busy over the next few weeks trying to finish all my work that I need to be doing.
Yeah, me too.
So
You've been putting off doing for what, a year now?
more than that, like a year and a half. So yeah, like it might depend. I still obviously have to edit this and everything. So yeah, like I still have enough time to do like extracurricular shit. I just don't want to.
Extracurricular shit.
Yeah, I just don't want to commit too much to it, you know. So
I
yeah,
get you.
sorry if
Long
that-
story short, no promises.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry if that disappoints anybody. I hope not. I highly doubt it because this is
Don't worry,
so
you always
scuffed.
disappoint me.
Fuck you.
What do you mean top-notch quality?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, top-notch quality. Let's go. But yeah, no. It's good to be back, and yeah, I mean, we will be back in maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows?
We'll be
to
back.
Chat more shit.
We'll see you next
Maybe.
year.
Yeah, next year.
See you next
maybe?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good one. I'm
It's
out.
been a good one. All right. Anyway, thank you for watching. Comment something funny down below. Just do it. Maybe like traps are
Max,
gay.
no one ever comments. No one ever comments.
Okay. We're
Just
going
calm
there.
Right. Anyway, thank you
can
for
beep
watching,
that one out.
everybody. We'll see you next time. Adios.
Oh god, I don't think I want to come back.